What's my very first step? What's my very first step? Yep, exactly. Distribute. Oops, the minus sign. To every term in the second polynomial. Now what's my next term, or my next step? Yeah, write it without parentheses. And now my next step? Yep, rearrange it, gather like terms. And then my final step? Yeah, simplify, combine like terms. Okay, so take a look at your quiz and put a little minus sign next to the problems where we're subtracting polynomials. Again, there should be 3 of them. Which ones? 4 and 6. Exactly. We're going to go over number 3. So my first step is to distribute the minus sign to both terms, to every term in that second polynomial. So I'll rewrite it now. Exactly the same in the beginning, 7v squared plus 3. And now I do minus 8v squared minus 3. And now what's my next step? Yeah, get rid of the parentheses. So 7v squared plus 3 minus 8v squared minus 3. And now let's gather like terms. So what's my like term with 7v squared? Yeah, not just, there you go, negative 8v squared. And then what's the like term with positive 3? Negative 3. So now we've got 7v squared minus 8v squared plus 3 minus 3. I just rearranged. Now I'm going to simplify. I'm going to combine my like terms. So what's 7 minus 8? Negative 1. So this becomes negative 1 what? Negative 1v squared. Perfect. And then 3 minus 3? 0. Yeah. So, I mean, I could write plus 0, but I don't have to because those just kind of cancel each other out. Right? So that's my answer, just the negative 1v squared. Questions about subtracting? No? Okay. All right, let's go back to the guide. Okay, now we're going to talk about monomials times polynomials. So monomial, how many terms are in a monomial? Yeah, just one. Just one. And then polynomials are always going to have more than one. Okay. And what we do here is we use the distributive property. Okay. And the distributive property says if I have something like this, A times B plus C, I need to multiply A times B and then multiply A times C. And so this becomes AB plus AC. And what operator is going on in between the A and the B and between the A and the C? Yeah, multiplication, right? So I multiply. I do A times B plus A times C. Okay, so pick out which numbers on the quiz you're multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. There's two. There's two of them. Monomial times polynomial. Let's do M times P. Monomial times polynomial. M times P. Mark them like that. There's two examples. Two questions. Which numbers are they? Yeah, I think someone said it. 7 and 8. Monomial times polynomial. Monomial times polynomial. I'm going to do number 8 with you. So I take this term out in front and I multiply it by every term inside the polynomial. So I do 4 times 4a squared plus 4 times negative 3a plus 4 times negative 8. Let's simplify these three pieces. What's 4 times 4a squared? Yeah, 16a squared plus, what's 4 times negative 3a? Plus 4 times negative 8? Yeah, negative 32. All right, let's flip over to the other side. And we'll go over again our FOIL method. So this is for multiplying binomials times binomials. Binomials times binomials. And how many terms are in a binomial? Yeah, 2. Gives me 2 times 2. And yeah, we use the FOIL method. What does the F stand for in FOIL? First. What does the O stand for? Outers. What does the I stand for? Inners. And the L? Last. Exactly. So if I have A plus B times C plus D, again, this is just distributing. So I do first times first, outer times outer, inner times inner, last times last. And it becomes, it'll be AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. You just add them all up, and then we always need to combine like terms to simplify. usually, not always, but usually it's these two middle terms that are going to be like terms that we need to combine together, right? Okay, and then we'll talk about our special products. Actually, let's go to the quiz. Tell me which ones are binomials times binomials, and mark them by b times b. And there are two examples. Which ones are they? Which ones are binomials times binomials? Yeah, number 10 and number 9, exactly. Okay. And I'm going to keep going, okay? I want to go over the special products with you. That's a big one. Okay, so special products. Square of a sum looks like this. It's going to be a plus b, the quantity squared, equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And a lot of you put down what you're not feeling so confident about was like remembering these different rules. That's why we're writing them down on here. So you can continue to reference this because, yeah, you shouldn't have to memorize that kind of stuff. You should have that available to you. Okay, and then square of a difference, really similar, right? But it's a minus b squared, and that equals a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And then the product of a sum and difference is going to be a plus b times a minus b, which equals a squared minus b squared. So I want you to go through the quiz and mark which ones are the square of a sum, the square of a difference, or the product of a sum and difference. So I've got 3 little symbols. There's going to be 1 square of a sum, 1 square of a difference, and 2 products of a difference. So take a look at your quiz. I think there's only 6 left that you're, or 5 left that you're looking at. So which one is the square of a sum? Yeah, 15. Yeah, 15. So square of a sum. Which one's the square of a difference? Yeah, 16. Okay, and which ones are product of a sum and difference? 14, yeah, and? Yeah, 13 and 14. Okay. So I'm going to go through. I want you to just identify what is A and what is B. What is A and what is B? What is A? What is B? What is A and what is B? For 13, 14, 15, and 16, write down what is A and what is B. So number 13, what is A? Yeah, 6. And what is B? V. Not negative V, just V. Number 14, what is A? 8. 8r, not just 8, not just r, it's got to be 8r. And what is b? 3. Number 15, what is a? Yeah, 3x. And then what's b? Yeah, 6. And number 16 is a, and what is b? Just 6. Just 6, not negative 6, just 6. Okay, so you should be able to pull the formulas from your guide, plug in A and B, and find your answers. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to go over on the guide is binomials times trinomials. Binomials times trinomials. How many terms are in a binomial? 2. How many terms are in a trinomial? 3. Yep. So we need to distribute every single term in the first polynomial by every single term in the second polynomial. So distribute every term. So we had 2 ways of looking at it. Let's do this. Actually, let's do this. So we've got, let's say we have A plus B times C plus D plus E. This is a binomial times a trinomial. So now we can think about it 2 different ways. So we can either do like this distribution method where we do, I'm going to rewrite it, A plus B times C plus D plus E. And I take that A and I multiply it by C, multiply it by D, then I multiply it by E, and then I take B times C, B times D, and B times E. And then I add those all up, and I combine like terms. The other way of thinking about it is we can make a table. So I have 2 places on the vertical. I put my A and my B. And then I'll have 3 spaces on the horizontal where I'll put C, D, and E. And I do the same thing. I do A times C, A times D, A times E, B times C, B times D, and B times E. And then again, I add them up, combine like terms. Okay. Which ones on the quiz are binomials times trinomials? Yeah, 11 and 12. 11 and 12. So that's going to be bi times tri, bi times tri. Okay, so let's take until the end of class. Get through what you can get through. I'll give you more time tomorrow at the beginning of class to finish it up.